I do think that until we confront where we learned leadership and stop glorifying people who were awful as leaders, that we're going to keep having shitty leaders. And I have thought about posting about this for a while, but I didn't want to trivialize any parts of our history. I do not think workplace experiences now in the US are the same as all the atrocities in world history or US history. I do think they influence how we behave still. And I think as Americans, we are separated from a lot of the atrocities that still happen in workplaces, either hidden in the US or overseas, away from where we see them. As an IO psychologist, I am very aware of the decades of research showing that when you treat people well, you do save money in higher productivity, lower absenteeism, lower turnover, better reputation, less legal fees, etc. And I have also seen the leaders who, no matter what the data shows, I've seen them make stupid business decisions simply because it makes them feel powerful. I've shared a story on here recently about people who've undersold their own training program to set a black man up to fail because they had enough money. They didn't care about the money. It was about making them feel powerful. And research, not just from academics, but from big four firms for years has shown that humane, human-centered practices save companies money. But if you're somebody who's narcissistic and maybe even Machiavellist, it's not just about the bottom line. And that's what everybody says. Oh, it's all about the bottom line. It's not. Sometimes it's about feeling like you are better than everyone else and watching other people be under your control. And while I don't think it's the same, I think it is something that stems from that people who colonized nations didn't care if they would have been more lauded or productive or have better reputations or have better trade agreements if they hadn't mass unalived people. I don't think plantation owners cared if their workers, because the word's banned, I think, on TikTok, didn't live very long due to poor treatment and what the expenses of that were. And it's not the same as our modern work conditions here in the US. There are still many terrible places we benefit from abroad. But if we laud many of those things or see those things as overlookable and the other leadership qualities we see in people, I do think it influences what we see as a good leader and the things we're willing to justify when we go with our gut in a hiring room.